up, guys? Joe White here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about a number of things today. One is Boogie2988's Francis video, and people are going to tell me, well, Joe, it's just a character, you know, that he does, and that he really doesn't mean the things that he says in it. But the E3 video that he did as his Francis character kind of made me believe the opposite, that he was conveying his real thoughts through a character so that people would think, oh, it's just a character saying it. And one thing, I mean, it was a funny video, but one thing that struck me was his comment about Star Fox and how he thinks Star Fox is nothing but a jumped up Game Boy or a jumped up DS title. I don't think that's the case at all. I think Star Fox is a beautiful looking game. I don't think it looks like a jumped up DS title at all. In fact, DS wouldn't be able to do half the things that are shown in that game. The game looks beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it. It's probably going to be the first ever Star Fox game that I'll ever play. I didn't play Star Fox 64 or Star Fox for the original Super Nintendo, or the Super Nintendo. I didn't play them. I had no interest in them at the time because I didn't like the look of them. But this one looks phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to playing it. So I think that, you know, Boogie has, you know, he had a tendency to point out all the negatives that were going on with E3. EA, of course, EA, you have to get your shit together, man. Nobody cares about your 15 fucking sports titles. We know you're coming out with the same fucking games every year. Nothing changes except for the rosters. Get over yourselves. But overall, this E3 and Nintendo, everybody's bashing Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo came out with a lot of games for the DS, and they came out with maybe 2 or 3 games for the Wii U, and that was it. That's the only problem I have. But their presentation was funny. It made me laugh. It was informative. It made me know what they're coming out with in the next year. Their focus is still on that damn portable system. I don't know why, but that's their business model. We need to get over it. And in other news, they caught that racist fuck who shot up that church down there in South Carolina. I'm glad that they caught him. You know, dude, of course, you know, everybody, oh, he's wearing a rebel flag, and he wore this flag, and he wore that flag, and so he's a racist. Yeah, he's a racist prick, okay? But my thing is that they caught this dude in South Carolina. They put a bulletproof vest on him because it's like, if anybody's going to kill you, the federal government is. We can't have nobody shooting you from across the parking lot. And then they treat this dude just like they did about the Russian who blew up the bombing. You know, he's going to get the same treatment. They're going to put his ass in jail, and then they're going to feed him to the jury, and then the jury's going to find him guilty, and then, you know, it's going to end up, you know, he'll be either put to death. Knowing South Carolina, if they do the death penalty, this dude's fucked. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, watch this while I go change my shirt.
This week's phone scam. Check it out.
Hello?
I have just one question for you. Are you ready?
Am I ready for what? Who's this?
Are you ready for this Sunday night when WWE Champ John Cena defends his title in the WWE Super Slam? Right now you can order this awesome pay-per-view event for just $59.99.
I'm sorry, no, there is not any chance in hell that we're ever going to have wrestling in this house again. But thank you, but no. Have a good day. Hello?
And goodbye to anyone standing in John Cena's way when he takes on 6 men in a steel cage shoots and ladders match at WWE Super Slam. Order now and save $10 with a low price of just $49.99.
Sir, you guys just called me, and as I mentioned before, we're not ordering this, so please stop calling my house. Thank you and goodbye. Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Champ?
Who?
Champ? Is Champ there?
Who is Champ?
That question will be answered this Sunday night. John Cena defends the belt
Listen,
at WWE
hey.
Super Slam.
Hold on. Hey, sir.
Taking on
Please quit
Sheamus,
calling my house.
The Undertaker,
Quit calling me.
CM Punk, and even Triple H and the Big Show in a spit-swapping makeout match.
Holy
WWE
hell.
Super
Listen,
Slam.
hello? Hello? Can you stop screaming in your little sirens and whatever that is? Can you knock it off for 5 seconds? Not interested. Stop calling my fucking house. Hello?
I'm watching you.
Excuse me?
That's exactly what The Undertaker told John Cena. But will he be able to take the belt from the mightiest champion in WWE history at this weekend's WWE Super
For the
Slam?
love of all that is stop calling my house
John
before I
Cena.
get your number. I will track you down
triple-double
and
match.
absolutely tear you
Ladder.
to pieces. Do you
Chainsaws.
understand me? I know you are,
Explosions.
John Cena,
Fireballs.
crazy motherfucker.
Popcorn.
Stop calling my house now. No wrestling, no super motherfucking slam is happening in this house. I swear to Jesus, if this is those wrestling again.
Okay, good morning. Hi, I'm just calling this morning to ask if you're a supporter of the United States military.
Oh my God, I apologize. We've been getting calls all morning. I apologize. And yes,
Fantastic.
Yes, I am.
Great. Are you a supporter of the Marine Corps?
yes, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Great, because a former decorated member of the United States Marine Corps needs your support.
And his name is John Cena. He's gonna get in the ring and put boots to asses. This
Are you
weekend.
kidding me right now?
WWE
Are you kidding me right now? I can't even handle this. I cannot handle this.
Available right now at a low price of only $39.99.
I can't believe you're still calling me. I'm about to lose my shit. I swear I'm about to call the police.
Hello. You have a collect call from
John Cena.
Will you accept the charges?
Oh, your mother. Listen, stop calling. Is listening not your strong suit? Because screaming sure as is, but you're not hearing me. Shut your beaten down brain from Super Slam and listen. I am not interested. I don't care if they're $59, $49, $39, or 39 cents. I don't want it. It won't happen. It's not coming on my TV again. It won't be allowed in this house. You understand me? Never again will there be wrestling here in this house. Not a piece of going through closets and taking out T-shirts and burning them and calling the police and telling you that you're harassing me. Stop it now. And I am calling the police. Good luck to you. Have a nice day. Yourself. God damn. What?
Hold on. Marie, this is the Z Morning Zoo radio
Hi.
show on Z104. How are you?
What?
We've been phone scamming you. Your husband Donnie told us to phone.
We are all in a fight right now. Are you kidding me right now?
I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for you.
I couldn't believe the mouth you had on you.
it's
Oh my
fantastic.
God. Well, listen,
I haven't had my coffee yet. Shut
Yes.
up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I know how
Well,
to feel,
listen,
yeah.
we won't be calling you back anymore. I promise. Okay.
Thank Jesus.
You won't have to hear. You won't have to hear this. All right. You won't have to hear that
I
anymore.
swear to God, I was gonna go to jail, and it was bad.
Oh, that was easy. There's a bunch of news here recently as far as wrestling goes about Ring of Honor talent being scared about WWE's new policy. Apparently, WWE does not want any potential talents going to or coming from Ring of Honor. And I'm kind of on the fence with this, because to me, Ring of Honor has always been a breeding ground for the next step up. Now, with them getting national television, of course, that's going to change, and Ring of Honor is going to be seen as more of a national product when it comes to WWE, or when it comes to direct competition with WWE. I'm not saying that they are direct competition, don't get me wrong. they're still not, they're not on WWE's level by any means, as much as I love Ring of Honor. But I guess with when WWE makes a talent, and this is just their mentality, I'm not saying that it's right by any means. They want that talent to be theirs. They want them to be seen as having always been there. They don't want the fans to know that they, even though they've kind of done it in the past, their mentality has changed in that they don't want people to know that people have been on the indie scene. Okay, granted, Kevin Owens is all on like the kick of I've done this 15 years before. I've done this since before you got into it, and they've acknowledged CM Punk and Moxley's and Tyler Black. They've acknowledged Daniel Bryan being in Ring of Honor and Dragon Gate and all that good stuff. So they do acknowledge it, but I think WWE's trying to get away with that. And one of the things that kind of leads me to believe it, or one of the things that kind of leads me to believe, how do I put this? One of the things that probably brung them to this choice and to this mindset is UA Nation and the way he got all those chants at NXT TakeOver. They just signed him to a contract, and everybody down there in Florida is chanting "ooh ah, ooh ah," and it's like WWE kind of, and this is just their mentality. WWE's like, no, you're not. No, your indie character is not supposed to get over here. We're going to change your name to Jumbo Matumbo, and you're going to, go in there and wrestle for us as Jumbo Matumbo. And that's the way we want the world to see you, as Jumbo Matumbo, not Uha Nation. And so when the fans start chanting that, and when the fans start chanting for, when they start chanting for Samoa Joe, and Joe is gonna kill you, and then when they do the whole Owens fight now, granted, the NXT crowd kind of accepted Owens' character, but they knew who the hell he was. They knew who he was, just like they knew who Sami Zayn was. They knew he was Generico. Come on, give me a break. That whole crowd down there is nothing but smarks. So they figured that the mainstream crowd, seeing as how it's made up of mostly smart fans nowadays, They don't want to portray the indie character on TV. So now their mentality is that, and I could be wrong. I'm sure going to get tons of people going, "That's just not true. You're a fucking mark." But that's just my opinion. If I have a guy who, sorry, if I'm running a wrestling company and I bill a guy as, John Stevenson, and in another company he was known as Stephen John, the last thing I want is for my crowd to come in and start chanting Stephen John at this guy. And it's like, no, that's not who I'm trying to get over. I don't want what he did in the other company to get over, because that puts emphasis on the other company, not my company. And I want my company to be number one, or at least stay number one. I get it. You don't want that threat of competition coming in. But on the other hand, half of your roster came from Ring of Honor nowadays. Half of your roster either had a real big presence on the indie scene or was in Ring of Honor. Come on. It doesn't make sense, and it's strange how the IWC has went from, oh, WWE must have some sort of working relationship with Ring of Honor, to WWE doesn't want anything to do with Ring of Honor. It's weird. But I think that if WWE, and we say this a lot, if they were smart, they'd welcome this. They'd welcome these guys from Ring of Honor. They'd welcome these guys from TNA, because now, especially now, because they already got some kind of a national fan base now. Granted, it's only been a couple weeks for Ring of Honor, but still, It baffles me how WWE, when they want you to go solely through them. They want to mold you. They want to start with a clean slate. They want to start with John Q Nobody and make him John Q Superstar. That's how it is. Because they know the rest of the world's not going to think about what you did down in Paluca, Minnesota, or Hickville, USA, and Mississippi. The rest of the world doesn't care. But you mention Ring of Honor now, They don't want people running back and watching what you did previously because they think that that's what it's going to be when you get to WWE, and it's not. So it's a double-edged sword. I'm on the fence about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I kind of see WWE's mentality on this, but then again, it's totally asinine as well because it's still the wrestling business. And WWE, I think another part of this is that they want to be the only game in town. They feel as if, okay, we bought WCW, the wrestling war's over, and it's never coming back. So if people sit there and go, oh my lord, such and such just jumped from WWE to Ring of Honor, or such and such jumped from Ring of Honor to TNA, and then such and such jumped from TNA to WWE, they don't want that whole mystique and that whole wrestling wars thing. Not that it's a war to begin with, it's not even fucking close to being a war, but they don't want that mentality. They don't want the competition. They don't want to even try to get the inkling in people's minds that there's competition. So, I kind of see why WWE's doing it. But then again, it's a bitch move to do it. And you're fucking over the wrestling fans. And you're fucking over the wrestling business by doing it. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. And, watch this.
What it do? 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 What it what it what it what it do? What it what it do? What it what it what it do? What it do?
Come on, dance a little bit.
I can't dance on camera.
Yeah! Alright, that's good. That's a good music video. I like it.
Oh, Lord. News anchors. Anyway, something that did make the news down in Richmond is this 72-hour challenge that's going around on Facebook. Apparently, kids have started this underground game on Facebook where they challenge other kids to disappear off the grid and away from their homes for 72 hours and see if they can make it on the streets without their parents knowing that they're gone. They're challenging kids to run away from home for 3 days. Now, besides the fact that this is utterly fucking stupid and shouldn't be done, I'm sorry, if you're a teenage kid and watching this, just stop. Just stop with these stupid fucking Facebook trends. It's just asinine. It doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't make you some big nasty thug if you could stay on the street for 72 hours. Anyway, when I was a kid, remember when you were run away from home as a kid? You'd get your book bag and you'd say, Mom, I've had enough of your shit. I'm running away from home. And your mom was just like, okay, bye. Go ahead. So you'd go in your room and you'd pack up your book bag. You get your book bag. You get your book bag down like this, just like this, and you'd say, "Okay, I'm gonna pack my video games here." And you put your damn PlayStation or Nintendo or whatever you have in the book bag. And then you'd be like, well, you'd go to your pantry, and you go to your pantry and be like, well, I need some soda. So you'd grab 4 or 5 cans of Coke or Pepsi or whatever and stuff them in your book bag. Meanwhile, your mom's off watching the soap operas. She doesn't know what the fuck you're doing, nor does she care. And then you're like, sleeping bag. So you'd roll up your fucking sleeping bag if you had one, throw it on your back along with the book bag, and you're like, I'm going to need food. So you'd go back to the pantry and get your snacky cakes and stuff them. And then you're like, it's going to be great. I'm running away fucking home. I'm running away from home. I'm going to show her. She ain't going to be my authority no more. You respect my authority, Mom. That's what you're thinking. You stuff some clothes in there, everything but underwear. You don't put underwear in there because, you know, your mom says, make sure you got clean underwear on. Nah, fuck that. We don't need no underwear. So you put that in there on your book bag. Your book bag's blown out to here at this point. Throw it on your back. You throw your book bag on just like this, man. You'd be like, goodbye, Mom. Good luck finding somebody to mow the lawn. Good luck finding somebody to do the dishes. Goodbye, Mom. I love you, but goodbye. You ain't gonna have no authority over more. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Bye. Guiding lights on. Who cares? So you'd sit there and you'd put your book back on like this, man. Be walking down the street. Got that walk. Yeah, I'm running away from home, you know. Running away from home. Hey, Billy. I'm running away from home, man. Got tired of the old mom shit. But, you know, as a kid, you curse. All kids curse. They just don't let their parents know. So you sitting there. Bye, Billy. I'm going to miss you too, man. But I had enough. I got to get out of here. And all of a sudden, you walking away from home, man. And you make it to the end of the fucking road. You look around, and there's no one there. All of a sudden, you shit yourself. You literally shit yourself a little bit. And all of a sudden, you just turn around and walk back home. Hey, Billy. Yeah, man. I couldn't make it out there. Want to play later? Yep. Nintendo, your house? I'll be there, man. You sitting there walking back home. Your mom, you just walk right back in the front door. You hang your book bag back up. Take all the shit out of it and hang it back up just like that. Go back in there. Your mom comes in. What about running away from home? Thought I was finally getting in there. I was going to turn this into a sewing room. What the hell? Yeah, that's what I thought. Now go take out the trash. You're grounded for a week. Stop, kids. Just stop. You know, you just stop. You're not running away from home. You're not proving anything. If anything, your ass is probably going to go out there and get hit by a car or something, and then your parents are just going to grieve over you and cry and have to spend a lot of money on that they don't got on your fucking funeral. They can barely afford to feed you nowadays, let alone pay for a funeral. But that was what was on my mind for today. I hope you guys had fun watching this, and if you want to see more little skits like that from me, I'm happy to do them. That was just on the fly. I had no idea I was going to do that. That's actually pretty damn funny. But thank you guys, and we'll see you down the road. Hopefully we won't have to turn around and come back and basically tuck our tails between our legs. Billy, I'm grounded. I can't play Nintendo no more.